Hey everybody, we are Dial Up Podcasts, and we are meeting with Caitlin, who owns and operates Cafenation. We're going to start off with some rapid fire icebreaker questions. So here we go. All right, with your coffee, donuts or coffee cake?
Coffee cake.
Creamer or half and half?
Half and half.
Okay, what's your favorite drink from Cafenation?
So I know it's boring, but I just really love iced vanilla latte with oat milk. It's a very basic white girl drink, but I love it.
What is your least popular drink?
Least popular drink. Probably like a caramel latte, which is somewhat surprising, but no one orders that.
That's like the only thing I get.
Yeah, I know. I think we just have enough other delicious flavors. People are like, let me mix it up.
Do you sell any coffee with dangerously high levels of caffeine?
The cold brew, especially if you are served cold brew from me, who forgets that it's a concentrate and needs to be 1 part water. So that's dangerous.
Okay. Nice.
It's only happened a few times so far.
Okay. Are there occasions where it's not acceptable to drink coffee?
I mean, I guess if you like sleep and it's after like 3 o'clock, maybe. But otherwise, no.
I would say like maybe at a toast at a wedding.
You look a little sweet, like, oh yeah, champagne, but really I just want my coffee. Fine.
Joe.
Especially
I was thinking like a funeral, like you don't want to, or before you give a eulogy, if you drink coffee, like, all right, this person was amazing, blah, blah, blah. Like just.
We're like offering someone coffee during a funeral.
Like probably offering them.
I got an extra caramel macchiato. You want one? Yeah.
just happen to have a spare.
Oh man. Okay. Oh, how complicated can an order get before you would send away a customer?
So I try to just smile and nod. I think if they're looking for something that we're just not going to be able to accommodate, I would probably have to just be honest and say, hey, if you really want your like sugar water, there's a place down the street. That's what they do. I think sometimes that's almost the most complicated is when people want like really old school basic. And we're like, no, our like light roast or medium roast is delicious. And it's like almost too fancy, if you know what I mean. And so
you got to tell all the parents to sit down. You're like,
yeah,
give out your answer and then come back.
But there are plenty of spots around where people can get their old school, black water if that's what they're looking for. So
okay.
I can always offer an option.
So one of the questions I had was like, you kind of led to it was, what do you guys offer that you couldn't get as well at another shop?
Yeah, so I think like our main, probably like the thing that is a draw for people, especially who know and love good coffee, is just that we do source from a roastery that like really cares about quality, where they get their beans, how they roast their beans. It's not just like, how can we mass produce like a large amount of coffee every morning, if that makes sense. And so having like different flavor profiles that we can offer, I think that's why people come to us, is if they really like know what they're looking for and appreciate like drinking a cup of coffee that you don't have to doctor up with cream and sugar, really. Like that's kind of how you know it's good, if you can just have a glass of cold brew or a cup of hot coffee and not feel like you have to add anything to it to really enjoy it. And so I would say probably, most people that are going to Starbucks, like that's probably our closest competition in terms of proximity. And that's just a totally different ball game, because people are usually going there for like a nice doctored up, like sweet, fancy drink. So I think we get a lot of today, like I can't even tell you how many just iced cold brew coffees we sold black. Like that's what people want because they know it's delicious. So that's kind of our like standout.
So I used to be a former barista, and like roasting.
Where?
Okay, like I said, it was at Starbucks, so it wasn't good. It wasn't like, I'll be honest, Starbucks is the Milli Vanilli of coffee shops.
Yeah.
It's like pretty basic. I'm not gonna lie.
But people love it because they know that it's going to be exactly the same, at least, everywhere. I think that's the, like, doesn't matter what state I'm in, I'm going to get the same exact thing because it's all calculated. But
and so I just remember, like, I would go to other coffee shops on my break to go get good coffee. So, like, it was that bad. And I remember during my interview, I was like, I don't drink coffee, so I hope that's okay. She was all about it, and like, but I was wondering, do you guys roast your beans like in house, or is it kind of like, do they ship them to you like already roasted?
yeah, so right now we source from Square One, which is a roastery out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. But we are like, that's kind of the next phase of like renovating our space, is to actually put a roaster area in the back, like take part of the kitchen and make it into a roastery. And we're going to be using Eagle Hill Coffee Roasters, which is a company that actually my friend owns, that started in East Boston. And so they're kind of teaming up with us, and we'll be working together, and they'll kind of manage the like actual roasting side. But we're just excited about that, being able to like offer in-house roasted coffee for people. I think both as an experience, but also just like flavor and freshness, like really feeling like they know and see and can, you know, kind of like see, touch, smell, taste what we're serving them, and know that it's local, and also that we're doing a great job, you know.
Well, hopefully not touch. Corona's a real thing, but like,
yeah.
Joking. So I think one of the things that people love most about coffee shops is knowing that people like put their heart and soul into like their craft of coffee. And that's what makes like a smaller coffee shop, not like a big corporation, but a smaller one special. And so hearing that like you guys do that is just like really nice, and it makes you almost want to be a part of that team or a part of that culture.
Yeah.
Actually, Caitlin, could you tell a little bit about the Cafenation story? I know we're close to running out of time, but how this kind of came about and what it means to the community.
Yeah. So it's funny because people will say like, oh, is this a dream you've had? And I'm like, yes and no, like not necessarily to own a coffee shop, but I think just kind of the opportunity to like have a space that really does feel like a space where community happens and where gathering happens, and where you like, the most exciting thing is that you have your regulars, like probably 50% of our customers on any given day, we like already know their names, know their orders, like they're the people that come every single day, and you kind of expect it. It's like, oh, hey, like you finally made it, you're late today, or, you know, that kind of thing. And so it was just really cool to think about that. Like, I feel like that's kind of the part that has been my dream, so to speak, for years, is just like, how do I foster, like, I love hosting. I've always worked in the hospitality industry, but how do I really like use that gift and skill set to like create a place where actual authentic community is happening, and where it really is like local people that are coming and enjoying and having a point of connection. And so it's been awesome, because I think what's really like fed into that is even just having friends, family, neighbors, like giving financially, giving tons of hours of manual labor, like really just coming around me to help make it happen. Like, especially because this is something that I'm like, this is an opportunity. I don't really have the money to do it. Like, I need the help, like, you know, in all sorts of different ways to actually bring this thing to life. And I think the fact that it happened because so many other people believed in it, like in some ways I keep saying I feel like the front man to something that people like wanted to see happen. And I just had the like capacity and the right like season of life to be able to kind of step in and take the reins. But also, like, I have an amazing team, you know, and they're really the ones that bring so many of the important aspects into like actual reality. So it's been awesome.
That's awesome. And I think we got time for one more question. If you can do it in 30 seconds or less, what advice would you give to somebody who would want to start their own business?
Yeah, I would say just do it. I think that's been like my biggest strength is like being willing to say yes and like let the details get worked out and have patience for that. But like if this is like something you want to do, if there's a dream that you have, like just being willing to say like, yes, I'm in, let's figure it out, I feel like has been the most significant part of this whole thing.
Awesome. Thanks for interviewing with us.
Yeah, we wish you luck, and we hope you have a grand day.
Nice. Well played.
Yeah, no? All right. We'll keep the dad jokes in the back pocket for later.
It was good. It was good. I appreciate that. All right, guys.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you.
I'm just figured that's where we kept recording. So
yeah, that's what we got it. We got to add that dad joke in there, man. That was.
Oh, that was good. I like it.
All the Bobby dad jokes, I think that wasn't bad.
Yeah, that's about on par with my dad jokes.
Your dad jokes are so bad, dude. They're cringy.
It's even better because you worked at Starbucks, so you can like sell it, you know.
No joke. I used to use that all the time. So this is off the record. So when I used to work at Starbucks, for some reason, like moms loved me there. I don't know why. And so they would literally come in. They'd be like, "Oh, I just came to get a venti water." I was like, "Yeah, you could have just brought a water bottle." Like, "Hey, Dana, how you doing?" They would chat, and I was like, and I'd always make jokes like, "If you ever need to venti, I'm like."
But see, that's even like at Starbucks, people are just like, how can I have like my person that serves me my coffee or whatever? They're always there.
Yeah, but then it gets weird when they start asking me to like come over and help them move. I was like, no, I'm good.
Wait, they asked you that?
Yeah. And some of them will give me like $30 tips and be like, keep it coming. I was like,
oh,
I mean, you ordered a drink. Yeah, so it was a weird time.
Well, that's funny.
I will say being a barista was probably the funnest job I've ever had.
It is fun.
It's so fun.
I feel like, I mean, it's a good problem to have, but people were like, okay, do you want to like be in the kitchen or at the window? Although right now we have like the walk-up window set up, which is super fun and people love it and it feels like, I don't know, different. So we're always like, who wants to be? But everyone always wants to be on bar because it's like a rush, but also like an art.
Like being on the bar, you're like, I'm killing it right now. You're like, everyone's watching me until you mess up and back up the line, and then what hits you.
Oh, don't worry, I got it. You want to help? Oh, I'm fine.
My first day at Starbucks, I for sure thought I was gonna get fired. I was surprised I didn't. Oh gosh. So I had the big jug of pumpkin spice. And like I was like, oh, like my manager's like, hey, just move it from this counter to this counter. I was like, okay. I had just gotten finished wiping down the counter, so my hands were wet. And I grabbed them, and I grabbed the jug, and I dropped one. And the angle at which I dropped it, it went straight up and hit the ceiling. And like there was pumpkin spice all over the girl next to me who was making drinks, and it was in her hair. Like I'm talking like thick,
who hired this
thick
kid?
amounts. And it was on the ceiling. It was in cupboards that were closed at the time, which I don't know how that happened.
Sick.
So, like, I was like, oh, well, it was a fun day, guys. And then they're like, you coming back tomorrow? I was like, are you guys going to have me back tomorrow?
That's hilarious.
It was bad. Bad news.
The only experience I have with Starbucks, working at Starbucks, is my sister was a barista there. And she said that they, like, for just the black coffee, they put so many grounds in there that the top part's actually dry.
Yep.
It's just like that dense.
It's thick.
What?
Thicker than a Snickers.
Yeah, it's like just pack it in the machine.
Yeah, so when you take it out, it's like dry. The top is dry, but the bottom's kind of wet.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That's weird. No, it's true. Like, I used to go to Starbucks all the time, and then my roommate worked there, and I was like, she would tell me, like, what was in the Frappuccinos and stuff. I'm like, yikes. Or the pumpkin spice latte, that's the one that always gets put on blast for, like, what's in it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, man. I don't even want to know what's in that.
You don't want to know, dude.
Don't
Like,
look it up if you like it.
Bruce. You got the.
Yeah.
Uh,
My manager always told me I was too honest. She was like, "Dan, where do you go on your lunch breaks? You don't sit in the back of the break room." I was like, "Oh, I go get like the good coffee." And she was like, "What do you mean the good coffee?" I was like, like across the street. It's like a quarter mile down. I was like, "You know the place." And she was like, I was like, "Yeah, our coffee's trash." I was like, "I don't even like coffee, but I know it's trash."
Yeah.
He was like, "You don't have to be so honest." I'm like, "Well,
People are loyal though.
yeah.
I never thought I would like be sick of Starbucks, but I actually am. Hooray!
Well, it starts time build up loyalty for Cafenation, which honestly, it was embarrassingly recent that I discovered that Cafenation is like caffeination. Not
a lot of people miss that.
Coffee. Like
that's the first thing I noticed when you brought it up. I was like, "Oh, like caffeine, like that's a good pun."
Yeah. Like some people, it's like right away they like see it, and some people like not at all.
Some people are slower than others, like me.
You're not alone.
This guy's like, "Spell it out, Bobby."
Caffeination. And yeah, it's spelled wrong to be caffeination, so it's like.
But like, you don't have to be a genius to connect two dots.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you.
I used to think it was cheesy, but now I think it's funny.
Like it.
Like I kind of like it. It grows on you.
Yeah, totally. So, I'm excited to go once
I know. When are you coming?
We'll see. Hopefully soon.
I'll be there in July.
July?
You won't.
So far away.
It's not Boston.
Never mind. I lied straight to your face. I will not be there in July. Wherever your thing is, I will
9
be there.
months. I feel like, how do you even plan 9 months out right now?
People who have babies gotta do that.
True.
Fair point.
Every time I hear 9 months, that's what I
know. It's true.
Really? I think it's crops.
Crops?
You gotta turn over your crops when you
Every
garden.
9 months? What?
Whatever. You don't know anything about the earth.
Oh, man.
You ever saw Planet Earth?
Planet Earth is about animals. It's not about crops.
No, it talks about vegetation.
Oh.
It's Planet Earth. You ever watch Captain Planet?
No. We talked about this before. All right, Caitlin, we'll let you go.
I can fight that out on your own time.
Well,
thanks, guys. Yeah. Fun.
Yeah, thank you for your time.
I hope I crushed it.
You did. You absolutely did. So, honestly, we may post an extended version, more of this on the YouTube. On YouTube? Not the YouTube, man. I really sound like a grandpa.
Again, I bet you go on Google.
On the Google machine.
Oh, no.
Because there was some good stuff even after the cut point, but the cut point will probably be what we put on Instagram because they have like the 10-minute time limit. But
all right.
Anyway.
I give you full rights. You can do whatever you want. I have no pride, so.
You should have plenty of pride. Cafenation, it's awesome.
Well, I can't really be embarrassed very easily anymore these days. Do what
you
want.
Weekend.
You too. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Welcome.